It turns out the inventors of the brochure have sadly passed away. Rest in peace, Pam Flett and her husband Lee. I guessed orange, but it was chocolate. I guessed toffee, but it was peanut. I guessed strawberry, but it was coffee. I was wrong on so many revels. I don't blame me. I'm getting these sent to me.
But you're saying them.
Yes, I mean, I'm enabling it, I'll be honest with you. I quit my job to pursue a career in archaeology, and now my life's in ruins.
Your spirit guide is broken, Lee. It really is. It's just
My spirit guard.
your spirit guide. Yeah, if that's where you'll get them from, if it's from beyond the grave.
I walked in. I took my car to the body shop the other day because of the damaged door, and I said to the guy, "Can you fix this?" And he said, "Yep, no problem. I'll get this fixed right up for you." And I'm like, "Great. Can you just give me a quote first?" And he looked at me and he went, "Life is like a box of chocolates."
I just knew that was coming. Oh God, we've walked into that one.
And finally, I'd just like to say, well, there's the difference between light and hard. You can actually sleep with the light on. Anyway. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Black Dog 238. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
And I'm trying to find a film.
And yes, this week we will see how everyone's week's been. We will try and make Elton pick a film before the end of the 3 hours of worth recording are up. And in the meantime, we will also be reviewing one of our many indeterminate weeks of horror. In fact, I think this is our last one, given that we're recording on the 28th. And it is your pick, Dal, which is?
Longlegs.
Longlegs. Pachow, pachow, mummy, daddy, cuckoo,
Oh,
But before we get to the menagerie, the cage menagerie,
we go full cage.
You never go full cage. you never. I'm a cat. I'm a cat. I'm a crazy cat. Hey, Satan! Pachow! Before we do that, let's see how everyone's week's been, and we'll start with you as ever, Jim. How's it been, sir?
Not too bad. Some disappointing news. My talks with Mattel and Hasbro broke down to revive a classic 80s toy, but in a fun, naughtier, adult way. A bear that not only talks to you, but actually sends you candid, sexy photos.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, so this Christmas you won't find teddy bum pics in the shops.
That's a deep cut.
I thought you were going to say teddy foreskins, but you... Wow. Anyway.
Well, as you can tell, I've had too much time on my hands to come up with bullshit like that.
Yep.
No, so I've been, getting ready for Halloween.
Yes.
I made some Halloween decorations for having seen a reel on Facebook.
Okay.
Which we've got some cheap Halloween buckets in the shape of pumpkins.
Right.
Also got some cheap garden solar torches, ones that flicker.
Oh,
like
yes.
real flames.
Yep.
You drill a hole in the bottom of your pumpkin bucket, slap in the torch, and then you've got, a pumpkin on a stick that flickers and glows. Solar power. Very nice.
There you go.
That worked out pretty well, and I didn't manage to have any accidents using a power tool, so I'm up the game there.
That's
Considering I'm on this show, we know how that normally turns out.
I was going to say you've done well.
We won't be calling you Stumpy Moon anytime soon.
No, not yet.
Okay.
No. What else? I've been immortalized in pencil by Martin Thompson by accident.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
Yeah,
really?
He did a fine impersonation. Yeah, it's a fantastic.
Martin is doing this. It's not Inktober. It's got a something similar, whatever it is nowadays.
Yeah.
But he did a picture, which I will. Can I save it? Yes, I can.
Yes.
Where will I save it? Anyway, I don't mind.
Mm.
I'll put it in the group chat now. I've got it. But he did a picture of Robert Downey Jr. in Zodiac.
Yeah.
And Dave Grover took one look and said, "Fucking hell, that's Jim Moon."
Yeah. And in fairness,
it does.
I was going to say,
well, as a younger man and still a smoker.
Yeah. Holy crap! Yes,
it is.
You should have that as your passport photo.
I mean, it is both. It is really funny because the thing was when I first saw it on Blue Sky, and by the way, we're speaking from love here, Martin. My first thought was,
absolutely.
I first thought I went, okay, that's Zodiac, that's Robert Downey Jr. And then as soon as Dave Probert went, hang on, that's Jim Moon, I couldn't unsee it. It was like my eyes refocused. It was like a magic eye thing. I was just like, oh my god, yes, it is. So. Yeah, wow. So it's a good picture. It's just it's like
I might use it as my profile picture.
I would.
I'm very tempted.
Go for it. Fucking great. There you go, Martin. I tell you what, Martin, do 3 more. Do one for Elton, do one for me, and do one for Darren. Go on.
Yeah.
I please. I'd like the set. I'd like the set. I'd put that would be great. Yeah. And I'm not taking the piss. I literally I really would like to see all 4 of us. That would be great. Of course, that does require him to dive through all our photos on Facebook and whatnot. So I apologise in advance what you might find there.
There's plenty of them, isn't there?
Yeah, I was going to say there's plenty of them.
Several years of shindigs, all us girding and drunk.
Oh God, yeah.
Plenty of material to go on.
Yes. Yeah. As long as he doesn't try and draw one with me covered in Bako foil like Tinky Winky, that would be great. Anyway, anything else, sir?
I've been sort of binge watching films made by the Addams Family. No, not that one.
Right.
Addams with 1D. It's basically a dad, a wife, and their daughter, and sometimes their other daughter, and various other family members who make movies. And there's a film been on my radar for a while, and it's on Amazon Prime. I thought, all right, I'm going to watch it, because I keep hearing people saying it's good. But as my usual policy is for anything recommends things, like, in the floating ether of social media, I do my level best not to hear anything else about it, and just, okay, I've heard a few people saying this is interesting, good movie. Right, let's just see it. Yeah. So I finally got around to it. It's called Hellbender. Right. And it's about a woman and her daughter who live in remote woods, and the daughter can't go into town because she's got a disease, and they just sort of mess around, and they actually have their own metal band.
Okay.
However, there is more to this situation going on, some dark and sinister shit behind it all.
Okay. And
it was really, really good. It's really sort of novel. It's kind of like it's like metal folk horror.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed it. The soundtrack is amazing, and they actually are a real band, the family at play, and it is called Hellbender. They're on Spotify, and the music's amazing.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's really good. And I found out, all right, this family made several other films, which I saw. Most of them are on. They're all on streaming. There's a Hellhole, which is fairly recent, which is on Shudder, which is about people doing like mining in former Yugoslavia, or is it Czechoslovakia, former Soviet country. They accidentally dig up something they shouldn't, which is like a Napoleonic Wars soldier who's still alive.
What?
And the reason he's still alive, he has a terrible parasite, which is pissed off and contagious. And that's kind of really sort of fun, kind of proper 1980s style body horror, squibbly monster, people exploding.
Nice.
But then I found, I think it's on Tubi, is another more recent one called Where the Devil Roams, which is kind of like a Nick Cave song come to life about a fucked up family of carnival performers in the Depression era USA, going from town to town and just randomly killing, not randomly, but end up killing people. And again, there's like an undercurrent, like fucked up sort of folk magic to it. And that's really strange but entertaining film. And another one, it's on Amazon. You can, I think, how much free or to rent? But called the DPU Dig, which is one of the early ones, about a guy who accidentally runs over a girl.
Right.
And she's declared missing, and her mum's looking for her. But unfortunately, it's his neighbour. And more unfortunately, the girl's ghost, or is it just a hallucination, starts fucking with him.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which is a really good little film. I mean, so they make their films for like not very much, but they always have good actors, they have a good script, they have great music, and just obviously just plan out the shots and just have a really brilliant look to their movies. And every movie has a slightly different sort of feel to it.
Nice.
And we've been really, really digging them because they're all sort of very different films, but obviously the work of the same people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I've got another one coming out soon called A Mother of Flies, which I'm going, that sounds good. Sounds all witchy madness, so bring that on.
Nice.
But yes, the Addams Family, they're called. Maybe we'll have to do a show in November about their movies because it is they're very interesting filmmakers, and it is kind of proper indie DIY. It's literally like kind of some people's home movies, but they're actually better than they're better than most low-budget movies by a long stroke, and a lot better than a great many Hollywood movies as well, because they're better thought out and better written.
God forbid.
But yeah, if you want something that's sort of offbeat, different, sort of often sinister, but sort of quite thoughtful and clever, do check them out.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, they're going to say there's one on Shudder, one on Tubi. I think the other two are on Amazon, if I remember rightly.
Cool.
But definitely worth a look. If you, I especially recommend Hellbender. That's a belting film, and they say the soundtrack is incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, folk horror metal. So very sort of 70s super heavy bass sound. Nice. Fantastic.
Because I was going to say, because I didn't think I'd heard of it, and then I looked on the wiki as you were talking just then, and I saw the review that turned up with The Guardian, and I'm like, oh, it's that one. I don't want to say anything because the wiki's a bit spoilery, but yeah, I know exactly what one you're talking about in the gym. I haven't seen it, but that was on my list. It was like 2021 or something, wasn't it?
Yes,
22?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I will definitely check that out. Nice. Anything else?
No, I will leave that there.
You'll leave that there. Okay, then. Well, then we will interrupt Elton's frantic searching for a new film to ask him how his week's been.
It's been very, very quiet, I'm afraid.
That's cool.
It's just been taken up with work, driving thousands of miles constantly. And recuperating from driving thousands of miles.
Oh, God, tell me about it.
And it's just, it's soul destroyed at the moment. Yeah, I don't want to go into it just in case I say anything. So yes. I won't say anything because I will say something.
Does assume that someone you work with actually listens to this podcast. But yeah, I understand entirely.
It's not. I'm worried about people listening to it. It's the wrong people listening to it.
Oh,
that's right. What I'm worried about. So
we don't want the wrong people listening.
No, definitely not. No. Yeah. Apart from that, it's been just recuperating from work, so it's really, really boring. I'm afraid.
No, that's perfectly fine. Absolutely no problem. You can have boring days. There's no need to worry or apologise.
I'm going to go back to frantically searching then.
There you go. Go for it.
Thank you.
Have at it. So we'll move over to you then, Dal. How's your week been, sir?
Oh, not very much has gone on.
No?
This week? No. It's more gearing up for the AGM for next week. But I think I'm done now. I think everything's sort of in place.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
You've sorted it out so that so that on the day that you're away, it all goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, they go, Darren, come back and save us.
Yes, come back and save me. Yeah.
And then I put the one piece of missing circuitry back in to, and it suddenly works. Look at that. Well,
you flick the correct fuse on the gateway.
Exactly.
And just
put the sort of the leads around the right way.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Just put them back to front. That's it.
Indeed.
Plug the phone in, call it a job done, and go out the conquering hero.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. I'm actually feeling quite good because I did resolve quite a pain in the arse issue that's been bugging us for the past few weeks. One of our communication systems, or should I say, conference systems in one of the rooms, Polycom system.
Oh yeah.
The two units, we have like an iPad that sits on a table, and you have this unit that sits on top of the great big screen that they've got in the executive boardroom. And it's like a glorified Teams. In fact, it does use Teams as one of its things. Yeah. But the two things, the pad and the unit, just were not talking to one another. But I managed to get it all working, much to my relief, considering that next week is the big shindig. So
not our shindig.
Not our shindig. No, we don't do that anymore.
You've said it now.
No, I haven't said it.
Gods.
No.
What have we done? No, drop it. Put it back. Put it back.
No. The shindig stays right where it was, back in the past. We'll deal with it at some point, but not right now.
Indeed, we will.
It'll be a funeral wake at some point, won't it? That's what it'll be.
Well, the way I'm feeling, probably this afternoon, I think. But anyway, yes.
Yeah, things are far too expensive now to have stuff like that going on. It'd be like one drink each, and
we'd all be skint.
Yeah, indeed.
Put £400 behind the bar, and that's 7 drinks. Oh,
that's 7 drinks and a bag of peanuts if you're lucky.
Yeah,
they throw those in for free.
Yeah, I put 500 quid behind the bar. What would you like? Water. That's all you can afford.
Indeed.
Brilliant.
It's going to the pub financially has become like that phrase when it takes you all night to do what you used to do all night. This is it. It's just one drink and you're like, oh, have I got enough sort of like electricity for next week? Do I have enough money for food? Yes, I'm getting worried now. That £16 pint really fucking,
I always just refer to the Ghostbusters scene when they're eating the Chinese before their first call out. This magnificent meal that represents the last of the petty cash. Eat slowly, chew your food. Exactly that. So yeah. Anyway, so
the only thing of note that I did watch this week on Amazon. They give you a bunch of free first episodes for stuff that's on things like Apple TV and the like.
Yep.
And I caught a glimpse of a TV show that's on Apple TV. There was something posted up on YouTube, it was actually on YouTube. It's one of those go down the YouTube rabbit hole things.
Yeah.
And I came across it. It's for a show called Invasion.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw the first episode was free. And I thought, you know what? Let's give that a go. Let's have a watch.
I've seen the whole of that, I think.
Yeah?
You have?
I have, yeah.
Because I'm really want to see what happens next, but it's kind
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
Indeed.
Hang on. When's this TV show from?
Oh, it's like in its 3rd season now.
Oh, well, it's not the one I've seen then. Okay.
Ah, right. This one's got Sam Neill in it in the first episode, playing a sheriff.
No, that's not the one I was thinking of. There was one back when I think Lost was finishing and looking for something new, and this Invasion came on, and the first 2 episodes are really good. And then it was really dull up until the last episode where you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it never got picked up again.
Oh, right.
And it ended on a cliffhanger.
It did end on a cliffhanger.
It's not the one with Noah Weil in it, is it? In the lead role? I don't think that was.
Yes.
It was, that one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know the one. I know the one you mean.
Right.
But no, it's definitely not that one. This one has got it's quite an international show. It's got stories from the threads of stories coming from different countries, all leading to strange stuff that starts happening. And one of them's Sam Neill, who plays a sheriff in a small town.
Yeah.
Where he starts noticing things are not quite right.
Yeah.
Until he comes across a field that's got a great big crater in it, and he can't tell what's made it. There's no indication at all. And this is like his last case. He's due to retire on the day that this happens.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's a death sentence. That is.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't it? Yep. And it's Sam Neill as well. So it's like, oh, wait a minute, he's been in films. He's like he gets paid quite comfortably for his time in movies. So how many episodes do we think he's going to be in?
Yep.
Yeah. And there's another character who's in Japan who works for their the Japanese Space Administration. They've got I don't know if this is real, but their version of NASA is called JASA. I shit you not. I shit you not. Right, it's what's actually printed on the
JASA.
walls.
JASA.
Japanese Aeronautical Space Administration.
You never guess what the Russian one's called.
Rasa. Starting to sound like bad ventriloquism, isn't it? Gottlieb. Is that the German one? Gottlieb.
Yeah, it's commonly called the Japan Embedded Systems Technology Association.
Oh no, in this one
it's Jester.
It's
Jester.
Jester.
Jesta. Jester. But then, if you look at the AI overview,
not G-Force.
Yeah,
by 7 Zark 7. Yeah, you're telling me cartoons lied to me.
yeah, they watch over them from Centre Neptune.
So it would be that would be the Japanese industrial zippity zap engorged robot.
Yeah,
Jizza.
I'll tell you what's really funny is the AI overview says JASA. It commonly refers to the Japan Embedded Systems Technology Association, brackets JASA. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure there's a fucking E and a T in there.
Yeah, I would say so.
Japan Embedded Systems, JES, Technology Association, TA. But according to the AI, that counts as JASA, JASA. Where's the extra A come from, and why have they lost the E and the T? What's the
well, that's what they're looking for, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wasn't he phoning home E and T?
What's ET short for? Because he's got little legs. Yeah. So, once again, AI success. Carry on, Dal.
Indeed.
Woohoo! Big success.
I mean, as you say, and with the other show, this was actually quite good. Provide a little bit of mystery. So yeah, I think I'd like to see the rest of it.
Are you going to pay for the rest of it, though?
I don't know. I mean, it's tempting because I want to start watching Ted Lasso, right? I mean, I've seen so many clips of that now. I think I've actually seen the entire show, but I do want to watch it.
Right.
So it's the sort of sense of humour that appeals to me.
Okay.
In that show. So yeah.
Okay. I must admit, if I was going to go for another streaming service, it probably would be Apple because I want to watch Foundation.
There's that as well. Yes,
and then there's Slow Horses.
Yep.
And what's the other one? All Mankind, which I know, which I know has been around on cinema equidistant for a time immemorial. But I'd quite like to actually, maybe pay for something, support it.
Well, I think for me it would either be Apple TV or Now TV because there's a lot of stuff on there that I keep finding.
Do you know I've never touched it? I got a free subscription of that with my EE broadband, and not once.
Did you?
Yeah, not once have I touched it.
Well, it's all the Sky. It's things like Sky One and stuff like this that you get. The programs you get on there, they're all on. They're all on Now TV, and it depends on what you get. You can get yourself like an entertainment subscription, which is just the TV shows, or you can get the
box set ones, can't you?
Yeah, and they keep trying to get you to buy £200. £200 a month for sport packages. It's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding?
Oh yeah,
200 quid.
The sports ball is
and
important.
The people who buy them complain the BBC license fee is too much.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, a shadow of irony.
Yeah, that always makes me laugh. It's that whole thing of like, what are you paying for your BBC? Says Sky News. It's like, why are we paying for Sky News? What? I know which one I watch more stuff from, and it ain't fucking Sky News.
No.
Anyway, no. Let's not go down that route. Let's not do that. Let's not go down there.
No. Moving on swiftly.
Steady. Yeah. Anyway, anything else, sir?
No. I did want to go and see Frankenstein this weekend,
but he was out.
He was out, yeah. So I'm going to go and see that on Thursday. So I'll next time we talk,
yes,
I'm sure I'll have a review of that.
Yeah,
yes, I will.
Okie dokie, cool. All right, fair enough. Just while I'm doing this, anyone who's on the Facebook group and noticed that their post didn't go through, it seems like the spam filters grabbed everything again. So I've just released a load of stuff onto the Facebook group. Right. Apologies for that. Sorry, just interrupting with a parish notice there. Right. So my week, apart from, like I say, I'm literally dying in real time at this point. I got a sore throat and a runny nose at this morning, and I thought, oh, there's nothing to it. And right now I'm dosed up to the eyeballs in enough Lemsip to basically flatten a horse. So if I start to sound a bit groggy by the end of this, it's not my usual grog of like, oh my God, it's 12 o'clock at night. It's actually because the drugs are worn off. My week. What is going on with my week? We had Lisa came down from Lancaster University. She came and visited for the weekend. That was quite nice. Though I did have to pick her up from Euston Station, which was fine, except obviously Storm Ben hit the fucking area. And what started off as I'll be at Euston Station at 9 o'clock turned into I'll be at Euston Station at 11:15, which was fun. Have you ever been at Euston Station at 11:15, stone cold sober? Good Lord. Good Lord. That's all I'm going to say. Good Lord. I'll say it again. Good fucking Lord. What else? Oh, this afternoon, in our street, I say our street, outside where my mum lives, I was just making a cup of tea and I looked out the kitchen window into the street, and this car came around the corner, and it literally went into a junction, and then halfway through getting into the junction, it tried to do a U-turn, and as it did the U-turn, it went over the pavement and stopped, and I was standing there, and every time I was looking at it, it was like trying to slowly go up the pavement and then roll back down, and up the pavement and roll back down, and up the pavement and roll back down. And I couldn't work it out. So I thought, hang on, I'm going to go and see, because it looked like they were dangerously close to going straight through the wall of the people on the opposite side of the road. This lady gets out and she goes, oh my God, this is a rental car. And like, right. She goes, I have no idea how to put it into reverse. And God. Anyway, so what? Me, straight away I'm like, well, madam, step aside. I will help you put it in reverse. I've gone into full Roger Moore mode. Let me help you here, dear.
Hello, Alan.
Hello there. So I got in the car, And it was like getting in a fucking space shuttle. I had not a fucking clue. I'm sitting there, and she's going. Oh, I don't even know where the reverse is. And I'm like, oh, well, it's bound to be on the gear stick. Oh, what?
What? Where's the gear stick? What have you done with the gear stick?
What, madam? I demand you return the gear stick at once. And it's one of these flappy paddle fucking things. I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm standing there, I'm going, well, maybe well, and she's like, you have to push the clutch. You have to double press it and flap this and flap that. And I can't get it to work. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course. Obviously, that's exactly what you have to do. And then luckily, some other guy comes along and he goes, you having trouble there, mate? And I said, yeah, the lady here can't get the car in reverse. You know how it is. The guy went, oh, yeah, it's one of those fancy new Mazdas. I'll do it. And he gets in the car, flip, flap, flop, and the car goes backwards. And it's like, oh, God, I felt like such a tool. I was such a tool.
You loosened it for him.
I did. How does anyone work those flappy paddle behind the fucking thing, the steering wheel things? Elton, you're flappy paddle man.
Am I?
Yeah.
Is that what the gents' toilets say?
Yeah, that's what it says in indelible ink in Trap 2 in Euston Station at 11 o'clock at night.
Sounds like a very British superhero, doesn't it? Flappy paddle man.
Yeah, you watch cars going around in circles with flappy paddles.
I do, yes.
They must go backwards at some point.
Well, sometimes they do. I don't know how to get out of this. I'm still searching for movies. Stop
talking to me.
Everything. Why on these streaming services do we have to pay for these things when we've already paid for it? God damn it!
You've paid for the access into the door. You haven't paid for the access to the video that's going to be behind the door.
That's ridiculous.
It is shit.
It's like paying to get into a video store shop place in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, 20 quid to get inside Blockbuster Video just so you can rent a video. Yeah, no. Okay, I'll leave the awkward man who does racing podcast doesn't know how to put a car in reverse to scoot around.
The man who couldn't get a car in reverse.
I couldn't get a car. No, I couldn't. I was rubbish.
You must hand in your man badge.
It was the fact that I did it with such confidence to start with, though. That's the thing. Oh, well, really? I'll help you. And it's just like, oh, what a fuck.
And as you say, you heard.
Stand back, ladies. Watch me.
And all he could hear was Morgan Freeman saying, it was then he knew he'd fucked up.
Yes. Yeah. I know where the reverse is. Narrator.
Boom,
he
boom,
didn't.
Boom.
Speaking of absolute nonsense. Sitting there just looking out the car window as the credits roll.
And all we saw was the face of a sad old man sitting in the driver's seat.
As the door closed, you could hear.
At least he thought it was the driver's seat. He couldn't be sure.
Yeah. Funky Mazda with flappy paddles.
Yep.
Oh God.
But like Captain Nemo's fucking Nautilus. Ensign, flap those paddles.
It was
starboard.
It was like the bit in Hunt for Red October when you see him go down from the con tower and then just like there's just a bank of lights. It was like the bit in the black hole when they go into the Cygnus and there's like 16 faceless drones walking around big coloured boxes. Just like, what on earth am I looking at here?
Do you know what? I've just had the image in my head of it not being a Red October that Sean Connery's in, but a Mazda. We will shit in their bays listening to their rock and roll because we've got no choice. We don't know how to fucking reverse.
We don't know how to turn on the radio.
Lee sits in the comfortable seat, adjusts himself, picks up the mouse and speaks into it saying, Computer.
Hello, computer.
Computer.
Oh, how quaint.
Use the mouse. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. So I made a tool of myself anyway. The last two things. I watched 2 films this week. One of varying quality. The first one was on Amazon Prime called Dirty Angels, starring Eva Green. Right,
Okay.
and it's starring Eva Green, and it's directed by the director of Casino Royale. Yeah, so it's like a sort of Bond reunion kind of thing. That's how it's sold. And basically, Eva Green is this female Marine who was caught by the Taliban when the Americans moved out of the country. And basically, she was caught and she was tortured, and they forced her own men to basically throw rocks at her and all this kind of stuff. And she's rescued by a helicopter and by all these Marines, and they rescue her and they whisk her away. And then the first thing that she does when you next see her is she's having a tribunal where she's about to bring charges up to the pilot who rescued her for cowardice because he didn't go back to rescue the five other men.
Oh,
and it's like, and everyone's like, before you make an absolute idiot of yourself, you sure you want to do this? Because he basically got your ass out and all the Marines who came in to get you. And she's like, no, I never leave a man behind, right? And this becomes a sort of like ongoing thing that whenever the rest of the film happens, if someone falls, never leave a man behind, even if it fucks up the whole mission. Anyway, and then what happens is all these schoolgirls in Afghanistan, their school is raided by the Taliban, who are going on about like educated women and all this kind of thing, round up all the girls and whisk them away. Yeah.
Okay.
And so this Eva Green's character is then rehired to go back in country with a all-girl group to infiltrate the school and get the girls out. That's the plan. However, what really happens is 90% of it is her sitting in a lemon grove going, why? Why did all my people die? And also, any explosions are basically stuck on GIFs, and all the helicopters are clearly lifted from Turbo Squid circa 1997. And it's all clearly filmed in a quarry just outside of Cardiff.
You should have seen Birdemic 3.
It's pretty fucking awful. It is really, really bad.
It hasn't got a woman being killed by birds while she's taking a shit in a field, is she?
No, it should have. It would have made it a lot more interesting.
Yep.
And so basically it's like every time someone gets shot in a group and they die, she'll like stop the mission even though they're being fired at and everything, and she'll reverse the car and go back to get the body and make sure they're buried in this lemon grove. And she keeps doing this. But somehow that rule doesn't apply to when her men are alive and are captured. And so what happens is one gets trapped under a bus in an accident, and then Eva Green runs over to her and goes, "I'm going to get you out." And the person under the bus goes, "No, it's fine. Just let me go."
Goes, all right then.
Pretty much. She just gets on the bike and fucks off. Next thing you see, her mate's been taken out from under the bus and is like on national telly in wherever they are, Afghanistan, and is publicly executed. And then and then later on, another one goes, "Oh, we're gonna get the girls out," and there's a big sort of gunfight, and then the gunfight happens, and then her mate gets blown up. And her mate's like, "I'm actually still alive. I'm under all these bricks." And the bricks are really like light. Like literally it's like 4 bricks sitting on her chest. Hand-sized bricks. And then Eva Green runs over to her and the girl who's under the bricks goes, "It's fine. I'll be fine." And so Eva Green just gets on her fucking Jeep and pisses off. And it's like,
okay.
It's such a naff film. It's so naff. It's just there's so much about it where you think this was a first draft, wasn't it? This was a film where they started saying, "Oh, wouldn't it be good if like she learns to let go, or she learns to sort of savor the people being alive and all this sort of thing." But no. And then it's just stupid. It's the stupidest thing, and it's the cheapest looking thing you've seen in a long time. I sat there watching it going, what on earth am I fucking watching? And it's like, don't leave a man behind, except if they're alive, and except if I've got other things to be doing, and except if the plot's running out of time. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Dirty Angels, that's called.
Dirty Angels.
Yeah, it should have been called Dirty Sanchez, because I felt like I had my face in shit after a while. Or Dirty Angles. That would have been a bit more interesting. But there you go. And the second film I watched is called House of Dynamite. Have you heard of this one?
Dynamite. Dynamite.
Yeah, I am smiling. You done fucked up now, Dr. Will.
I threw that shit before I came in the room.
Yeah. Well, I do you know what? I wish it was that. I really do. Yeah. The House of Dynamite is a really interesting idea that would have made a good 40-minute play, right? Or a one-shot 40-minute episode of something.
Yeah.
Because what it is, it starts off with just Rebecca Ferguson. She gets up, she goes off to work, and she's working at this Situation Room underneath the White House. And it's super secure. And she goes down, and there's like all satellite feeds and all this kind of stuff. Then it cuts to
Is Ice Cube there by any chance?
No. It did remind me of this. Because I was going to say, because it's like War of the Worlds, except
God,
it is, but it's done. It shows you how it should have been done.
Oh, right, okay,
right.
Yep.
Because then what it does is it cuts to Alaska and this sort of radar station in Alaska. And there's like some guy and he's having a conversation with his mum, and he goes in, sits at the base, and he sits in the console and has a little bit of a bicker with his compatriots. And then it cuts to then it cuts to just another guy just standing in the area, and he's kind of he's working for the NSA, and he's getting a cab back to the office. And then all of a sudden it cuts to back to the Alaskans, and they suddenly detect a missile launch with a 20-minute countdown. And it turns out the satellite that was supposed to detect missile launches missed where it came from. So they have no idea who launched it. They have no idea if it's real, and they have no idea where it's going. And then what happens is they've got 20 minutes to work out all three of those things and then how to respond. And it cuts between the guys in the Alaskan base, the guy, Rebecca Ferguson and her team, and then they get on the Teams call, and they're trying to work it out with like the NORAD and with the President of the United States and then the Secretary of Defense, right? And all the time, they're trying to launch countermeasures to this thing, and they're trying to work out if it's real and where it's going to go. And then they finally figure out that it's going to land in Chicago. And if it's live and it's real, it's going to kill 10 million people. And it's all done in real time, 20 minutes of this missile going up and over. And it's like, and you kind of see all the decisions they have to make and all these questions they have to ask and all these things they have to clear up, and then they have to get hold of the Kremlin. Is it them? Is it China? Is it whatever? And they're trying to find out who it is and how to respond. Because if it's fake, was it a cyber attack that set it off? Was it completely unintentional? Was it intentional? And then there's that whole thing of like, if it lands in Chicago, the EMP in the area might knock out an area which will stop them from being able to retaliate. And you're like, oh, Christ. And it's a real tense little potboiler for 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And the missiles coming in, and they start talking to the president. And just as they do that, you've got like Rebecca Ferguson trying to get onto the phone to get her husband, to get her kid, to get out of the city and all this kind of thing. And then just as it's coming down, you see the countdown that goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And then all of a sudden it just goes black. And it cuts to the NSA guy and a bunch of people in NORAD. And it plays those 20 minutes again, but from their perspective.
I think I've seen this.
Yeah. And it's only been out about a week.
Oh,
and
sounds like a cross between War Games and a film called Failsafe.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And it is that kind of vibe. And it, this whole sort of like, what is going on? Who's fired it? Is it real? Can they stop it if it is? Where's it going? All these kind of questions, and it's like, and it's all done. And it's got a real sense of authenticity all the way through it, and then and again, it goes through their decision making, and then it gets to a certain point in the timeline, and it just goes black, and then it cuts to the president and the Secretary of Defense, and they're doing like hand holding and basketball throwing with kids and all this sort of thing, and then all of a sudden, like the call comes in, and the president's like on Air Force 2 in a helicopter with this very calm US Navy officer going, okay, you've not seen this book before, but here's our retaliatory options. And he's like, what? Hang on. Do we know what's going on? And he's trying to get all the information from the Teams calls that you've already seen in the other things. And as he's doing that, like the signals dropping out, the helicopters flying over sort of signal dead spots and all this kind of thing. And, and meanwhile, there's this guy sitting in a helicopter going, well, you got three options here. You got, basically rare, medium rare, and well done as far as the retaliatory is concerned. And it's super, super tense all the way through. And it takes that 20 minutes and stretches it to 1 hour 40.
Oh, wow.
Because what it does is it shows you a little bit of time before the event and then runs the 20 minutes in real time. So you get to understand who these people are before it happens. So it's not quite War of the Worlds, where it kind of sits outside, where you're sort of like just watching Ice Cube sitting in the toilet with a green screen behind him. It's, there are actual sets and actors, and the president of the United States is played by Idris Elba. It's not, so it's supposed to give you the idea that the US is competent at this point in a sort of strategic fashion. So. Yeah, it's really interesting. I can't say much more than that because Carol and I watched it and we found the ending polarizing. Let's put it that way. But I can see what they were going for. Whether or not I liked it or not, I won't say because I don't want to skew it in case you guys watch this. But if you're into that sort of like apocalyptic scenario of what the fuck's going on, how we're going to sort this out, and lots of people talking technical shit at each other, and then seeing it again from a slightly different perspective until you get the full picture, it's an interesting film. And it's it's also directed by Catherine Bigelow, who did Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker. Mm-hmm. So it's got this real kind of documentary vibe of the camera kind of swinging between the people in the situation rooms and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's on Netflix and it's worth a look. Whether or not you appreciate the end, I don't know. I'd have to just leave it for you to decide. But it's certainly a fuckload better than Dirty Angels, whichever way it goes, because that was just bollocks. But yeah, So that's called House of Dynamite, and it's on Netflix. It's only just come out, and it's probably a better horror film than half the shit we've watched this month, to be honest. So there you go, and that is my week. Right. We unsurprisingly perhaps didn't get much in the way of feedback for Monkey Shines. I did get on the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Black Dog Podcast. We did get Teresa Burnside come up and say, "Welcome to the Alters Therapy Group, Lee." And we did have a discussion of the Alters, the video game, which I called an anxiety attack last week. Because, I did go back to it last week, and I created a new timeline with a miner who got very upset, and he got very cross, and he cut his own arm off. So again,
as you do.
So drug-addled miners on a space mining rig. Just look after their mental health. That's what I'm going to say. And David Renane said of the film, no one asked, is the no-legged man America? And also, speaking of monkey horror, and he showed the fact that Garth Marenghi's released a book called Throttle and Bribes, which is about a killer monkey. So maybe if they turn that into a film, maybe we'll watch that. By the way, did anyone see Garth Marenghi interviewing Mike Flanagan?
No.
Okay. So, Mike Flanagan, horror guy, Midnight Mass, Haunting of Hill House, Doctor Sleep, and other stuff. It's on YouTube, and Garth Marenghi, as one horror aficionado to another, has a full-blown in-character interview with Mike Flanagan. It's a thing to behold. That's all I'm going to say. It's worth checking out. So thanks, Dave. Yes, so there you go. But no, we didn't get much in the way of feedback for Monkey Shines, the Hallmark Channel Killer Monkey movie. Unsurprisingly,
is it Hallmark?
Yeah. Is it Hallmark? Yes, exactly. So yes, we'll leave it there. If anybody does have any feedback on this episode or others, or want to talk about anything we've discussed, you can always follow the usual channels. The Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, or you can send an email to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com, or you can hit me up on Blue Sky if you're a real adult, apparently, by sending me a DM via to cartoonbeardy.bsky.social. Though, because I'm following the horror traditions of online social media, he's now called Cartoon Beardy. But that'll all change by the end of next week. It was quite funny. I sent some feedback into Simon Mayo and Mark Commode using Blue Sky, and they actually read it out last week, and it's quite funny hearing Simon Mayo go, "Cartoon Beardy said this." I'm a professional broadcaster, and I have to read out from Cartoon Beardy. It's like, yeah, okay. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Right, we're going to roll the jingle, go get ourselves some drink. I'm going to eat another mouthful of paracetamols and Lensips, and when we come back, we shall go pa-chow, pa-chow, fa-ding, pang, kippa-bang, woo, as we review Longlegs. Roll the jingle. Oh, the nudie ladies, they're dancing for us. Ooh, dancing in the flames.
What's that hanging out?
That's the flames. It might be a
Let me beat out those flames.
Longlegs is a 2024 American horror thriller film written and directed by Osgood Perkins, who also did The Monkey, which we recently reviewed. It stars Maika Monroe, Blair Underwood, Alicia Witt, and Nicolas Cage. More on him later. Set in the 1990s, the story follows a FBI agent assigned to hunt down an occult-obsessed serial killer responsible for a string of family murders across Oregon. And it says some other details here, which I won't say because they are spoilers. The movie had a budget of $10 million. How much do you think it made at the box office, Jim?
5 million teeth of the Hydra are upon you.
Nice. Elton?
A white house. Whiter than fish's throat. and work. Dirty work. Deep down work. Like a mop and a rag.
I suspect that is the start of one of many Nicolas Cage impressions we're going to have. Darren, what about you?
I think it made 14 million tons of really odd prosthetics.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're completely all wrong. What it actually earned, what it actually earned was Mommy, Daddy, love me, cha. Oh God, I think those drugs are kicking in. Right, okay. Let's do the usual non-spoilery version. Go around the table, Darren. You pick this, so you go last.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll start with the person who hasn't seen it, and we'll go with you, Elton.
Yes. So, whenever Nick Cage is mentioned, nowadays, my reaction is, oh, okay. Because I don't know what I'm getting.
Mm.
Maybe that's the genius of the man, that I don't know what to get between films. I think the last one I saw of his was the one where Nick Cage was playing Nick Cage.
Unbearable Weight.
Yeah,
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
And I was pretty disappointed in that. I wasn't impressed with that at all.
Right.
And so coming off of that, have we done Mandy? We have done Mandy, haven't we?
No.
We haven't done Mandy.
We were going to do Mandy. I'd seen Mandy. I recommended it because I thought it was just absolutely gonzo mental doodah nonsense.
Okay.
With lots of purple lights all over it, and Jim felt very differently, I believe, if I remember rightly.
I hated Mandy.
Yeah,
I'm sure I watched Mandy and I hated Mandy as well. But so I was really apprehensive going into this. What I got was something that was visually stunning, and I thoroughly enjoyed.
Right.
Really, really enjoyed. And I don't even think I've scratched the surface on this movie. I think it requires multiple viewings.
Right.
But I haven't had time to do that. So, one viewing it is, and one viewing is what I get. So
one viewing is what you get.
But I come away really liking this.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough. Right. What about you then, Jim? Because you have seen this before, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah. I saw it when it first hit streaming.
Yeah.
He rented it. First time around, I enjoyed most of it. I thought it had a great atmosphere of dread and it was interesting. But both me and Teresa felt like it didn't sort of stick the landing. And we were kind of left very underwhelmed. And we had come at it from an awful lot of hype at the time. And we were both a bit kind of, we're going to watch this again. Yeah. But the thing was, this time, I mean, I don't know where our heads were or what I was expecting from it, or whether it's because I had seen it before that this time things clicked. And I really, really dug it this time. And things that had kind of baffled me. Not baffled me, but things that, niggled me the first time around, saying, "Oh, I get you, dickhead." It was a bit like when we watched Barbarian, and it was kind of mostly enjoyed it, but we thought, "Oh, the ending's a bit like." Then we watched Barbarian for this, and I was going, "What was I thinking?" I was looking at this film the wrong way, and it was the same with Longlegs. And I say, I've really, today I've been quite happily going down rabbit holes with tinfoil hat theories. So I've got lots of weird shit to bring up. I found online.
Oh, right. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot to this, I think, and it is kind of like, I don't think just clicked this time, and I don't know, it's just kind of. I really, really like. Yeah. I really dig this now.
Okay. Cool. For me, I saw this when it launched at Fright Fest, and I saw it at the Prince Charles Cinema. So pretty much on its release date, sort of in July last year, and I unfortunately had done that worst terrible of things, which is the full hook, line, sinker for the hype. All those fantastic little vignette trailers that were doing the rounds, which are absolutely stunning. So when I sat down at the front in a absolutely packed cinema and then got the Nick Cage show crossed with the X-Files, I was a bit like, what the fuck is this? And forgive me, I got to take a drink. And so I won't lie, I was expecting more than I got. And for me, Cage's performance and his makeup especially absolutely shot this film in the foot. Now, this time round, watched it, and a bit like you, Jim, I knew what I was getting. So maybe my expectations had been lowered and tempered, and the whole thing had been kind of calmed down a bit. And obviously we'd seen Osgood Perkins films like The Monkey and that sort of thing. So I was almost kind of tuned into the wavelength this time of what we were getting. And yeah, I won't say it's a brilliant film, but I will say that this time round I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more. And I appreciated it a lot more. And the bits that worked back when I first saw it still work. And the Cage stuff I don't find quite as jarring, but I don't know if that's because I knew what was coming. And that's kind of it for me. It's not a strong like, but it's not anywhere near where I was when I came out of Prince Charles, nearly 18 months ago, going, what the fuck have I just sat through? which is kind of, which is why I never really picked this film, because I had this on my radar for picking this for this podcast for a while, but I just thought, I don't think I can face this. And then, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad you picked it down, because I appreciated it a hell of a lot more this time round. So over to you, Dal. It is your first watch.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I was pretty much in line with Jim, I think, because I was really, and this film has helped me uncover rule number 2 of horror films that just make me go, oh, fuck off. So the first one, of course, is bad guy comes back to life, and we've got a franchise on our hands. No, done too many times now. Every film is like that. Every horror film seems to be bad guy comes back. Now, I can't say too much about until we get to the spoiler section, of course, because it's the ending is where rule number 2 for me comes in. And as far as I'm concerned, that was the thing that it annoyed me that it did what it did, because it was doing so well, and it was being all kinds of weird, and it wasn't explaining itself. And if a film's done well, I don't care if it does explain everything. It just leaves a mystery, leaves it open for you to think about. But it's got to be well written enough for me to not mind that. And if the rest of it is a load of old pants, then I'm going to concentrate on that kind of thing more, thinking, well, they should have explained this a bit more. So, yeah, I really enjoyed the film. I kept rewinding it as well to make sure I tried to get everything. And I think I'm going to find more stuff. If I watch this another time, if Ree wants to see it, I'll play it to her and I'll sit and watch it again. I'll probably find even more in it.
Yeah.
That I didn't see before. But, yeah, it's an incredibly creepy film. It's got atmosphere by the bucket loads. It uses America's very bleak sort of Midwest as a great tool for telling this story. It just adds to the overall the overall feeling of this film.
Yeah.
Because I'm finding more films like that. With there is a lot of film. There are films coming out now that use just those sort of areas as a nice sort of stark slap in the face. I think it's almost as if the sort of like the Midwest, the Deep South, those sort of more rural areas have got their own sort of, could you say, Gothic feel to them?
Yeah,
it's that sort of American Gothic. There you go. It's that kind of weirdness.
Yeah,
it's that just off kilter thing about the way people act, or you get them standing there, really kind of odd looking individuals who don't say a word.
Yeah,
and you'll see that in a few other films.
Yeah,
I've seen a few like that recently. Yeah, so I think up until the very end of it, up until the very last 30 seconds,
right,
that was when I was with the film, and it was just that one little bit, kind of like just knocked the tip off of it. It just it's like it should have been a perfect point, but it's I've come to a flat bit on top rather than a point, and it's because it was all leading to a good thing.
Yeah,
and then it just kind of, the last 30 seconds, they were like, "Oh fuck it, I want to go down a pub." Yeah, just do this, all right? Yeah, that's fine. We're done. I'm bored with this now. Yeah,
it's really down the pub.
Yeah, exactly. It's really difficult to say what I mean without spoiling it for people. And I don't want to spoil this film. I want people to go in cold like I did.
Yeah,
and enjoy the very weird and creepy experience that this film is.
Yeah, it's got vibes for days, isn't it? So,
oh fuck me, has it? And it will. It's going to be the gift that keeps giving. I think this one.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So overall, a sort of with caveats, thumbs up. I think it's safe to say, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Cool. Well, in which case, what we will do is we'll move on to the spoiler zone with the typical Lee hasn't done a jingle, so he's just going to press all the buttons. Here we go. It's the spoiler zone, everyone.
Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley.
That's enough of that.
Shut up, Wesley.
Thank you. Anyway, right. Okay, so we're into the spoiler zone now. So if you're still listening and you haven't seen Longlegs, then you're a fool to yourself. Go watch the film and then come back. If you don't care about spoilers, by all means, stay on. If you have watched the film, of course, by all means, stay on. Hey, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You do you. But don't moan at me if I say something and you go, oh, Oh, spoilers! You can fuck off. I've warned you. Yep. Bloody warned you.
You've been told.
You've been told. Been told. Right. So, first off, let's just generally, the plot seems to the plot revolves around Maker Monrosley Harker, and it sort of quickly infers or implies quite heavily that she's psychic, or at least somehow psychic. Does that make the film make more sense or less? And the reason I'm asking that is because there's a lot of stuff where she gets intuitions and stuff like this, and you think, right, cool, okay, psychic, fine and dandy. But then there's other times when the first time I watched it, where I was just thinking, yeah, this is just shorthand for we can't remember how to write a police procedural. Please let this thing happen now because she has to discover X, Y, and Z. What do you think, guys?
Well, what I find interesting about this movie is it's actually very ambiguous as to is there actually anything supernatural at all? Because basically everything we see comes from very unreliable narrators. And but something both me and Teresa felt on the first time and the second one is because she says, well, maybe I'm half psychic. But I think the real reason it ties into why it's set in the 90s as well.
Go on.
Because it's set in the 90s, so it's before the age of computers.
Right.
Okay. Because computers would knacker this plot. You wouldn't be able to do this plot now. Computers, mobile phones, ring doorbells, the plot wouldn't work. Okay.
No.
Now, Harker's character, and I'm going heavy into spoilers now. All holes are not being barred now. But basically, aside from Longlegs and his influence in her life, even before that, she is psychologically damaged because her mother is has had some sort of a breakdown. And basically she has a very dissociative personality. And my reading of her is not so much she's psychic, is she is on the spectrum. Like, it's like something like Asperger's syndrome, which I know now isn't a medical diagnosis, but she's on that autistic spectrum. Her brain chemistry is different because of her home life, because her mother is very dissociated. She's literally run off with her daughter and lives in a house where nobody comes to call. And she has consequently has a very different personality type. She isn't socialized. And basically, her brain processes things differently. And this is why she can guess things, is because her brain chemistry works differently to other people. So it's not so much psychic powers. It's kind of like Rain Man effect, if you know what I mean. And this is why we're in the 90s, because she basically can crack the algorithm because her brain is attuned to this very sort of seeing the world in this sort of skewed logical way and a dissociative way.
Right. Okay.
Well, on the flip side, you can say she does have psychic powers because there is that doll of her that's never been triggered.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll get to the doll because there's a little VFX trick later on that they do with that doll. But anyway, okay. So okay then. So Elton, what about you? Do you think she's psychic, or is Jim's she's sort of she perceives the world differently?
Well, the only time I remember her seeming to be psychic is when her and the first agent that she's with, they rock up at the street
Yeah.
And she goes, I think it's that house over there, and they had that discussion. It turns out, there's a guy there who shoots Agent, I think, Fisk, point blank in the face immediately. First jump scare, that was like, oh my God, incredible. Yeah. Apart from that, I only really remember that she was kind of psychic, apart from like all the big pictures being thrown up, when she wanted to remind us that she was psychic. Otherwise, it didn't really play into it. It was either, hey, do you remember I'm psychic?
Yeah.
Or not. And it really didn't have any bearing on the story for me. It was really strange.
Okay. Fair enough. What about you, Dal? Did the psychic thing or not psychic thing work for you, or what was your read on it?
Well, that was the thing. I think it, as Elton's just pointed out there, it was mentioned, and that was it, and nothing else comes of it. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
she does the whole thing of staring at the room, going, "He's in there." And I don't think it's really used after that. They do the whole test thing with her to find out that she's like 50% psychic, I think. But apart from that,
right?
No. Yeah, no.
I think she's more heavily linked just to Longlegs.
Well, that was because that's what I was going to say. I was wondering whether or not the psychic element of the whole thing was really not really a psychic thing, but more of the kind of the witchcraft thing attached to the steel ball in the doll's head and all that sort of stuff. Because jumping straight to the very end, when Alicia Witt, when the mother basically blows the head off the doll, you see that little puff of black smoke come out the back of her head.
Yeah.
Like some kind of supernatural force has left her.
Yeah.
And after that happens, she becomes a lot more animated. A lot more sort of... Because throughout the film, she's pretty passive. I mean, even though she's doing stuff, and but emotionally, she's fairly passive.
Well, okay, there was one moment where I think they were doing the psychic tests, and they were showing all the pictures, and she's going piano, mother, father, and now the father was a triangle, which was the symbol of on the dates of the murders.
Yes.
Which Longlegs is. I thought he came into the family, it was just her and her mum, and he took the father role in that, and that's what I saw of that. And so I think like the psychic connection really is just a Longlegs connection.
Okay, because that's a good spot actually. I didn't realise that the father thing and the triangle. I totally, yeah. Okay, I will. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I didn't realise that. That's a good catch. Right. I was. That's thrown me a bit. I'll be honest with you. I'm not, it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. Because. Okay. I mean, because the triangle thing is another thing where it's like, I'm trying to work it out now. You're gonna have to forgive me now because my brain's suddenly going and doing a backflip, going, oh yeah, hang on, triangles. This was now a thing, and oh fuck, all my questions, they're all rubbish. Oh no,
all my questions are about squares.
Shit. I've got one corner too many. I've gone too far. Okay, let's just forget that then, because obviously I did dumb fuck up and I haven't paid attention. So there you go. How did we feel about the actual mystery? Because the whole thing of Longlegs giving her the cipher and then saying, "Don't say anything to anyone, because otherwise I'll kill your mother," and all that sort of stuff. And then she's just sort of dropping in, "Oh, I just figured out his algorithm." And it's like, right. And then she's suddenly magically pulling up books about hell and figuring it all out. This is another one of those things where I probably missed something, or I've not paid attention to the psychic scene as much as I clearly should have done. But did you guys get how she sort of made that leap from being given a letter to being in a library and going, "Oh yeah, I'll just open up Dante's Inferno or the Bible or something," and just go, "Yep, straight to Book of Revelations, boom, 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 bing, bang, bosh."
It's Revelation. Doesn't have an S on the end.
I know. I was waiting for someone to say that. That was a deliberate one. I will say that now.
Oh, you were awake, Barnard. Yes.
He's awake. He's awake.
Yes, I see you. I see you in your sneakiness. Yes.
Go on then. So go on. What you stepped up, Dal. Go on. You go first. Go on.
Right.
He's
Sorry,
fallen
what was the
asleep
question
now.
again? Sorry, I had a message come up on my phone. That's all.
Hold on a sec.
Exactly.
So, no, I was going to say the whole thing, the mystery in it, the actual mystery, the mystery itself, because she seems to go from getting a letter to suddenly just jumping straight into Book of Revelations and decoding the whole thing without any kind of explanation whatsoever. So is that part of the psychic thing? Is that part of what Jim's saying, that she's mentally attuned to pick out patterns and algorithms which other people wouldn't pick out? Did it make sense in the film? Because it just, to me, it's sort of like 1 minute she's got a letter, next minute she's in a library knee deep in the Book of Revelation, and suddenly decoding the entire triangle.
Right. Okay. Well, let's just take a look at that and see if we can give pros and cons, I think, to this. If it is to do with the psychic thing, then unless they've actually kind of mentioned that she can do the reading from just touching objects, because that's the only way she would get any kind of indicator that that's what the codes actually meant, or what they were pointing towards, if that's what she's using. And if it's not, and it's to do with the neurodivergence, then that's a stereotypical kind of thing, because apparently all neurodivergents are supposed to be fantastic at decoding stuff, and it's like, that's not the case.
No.
Can we get this right now? Can we start? Can we stop doing the Rain Man thing? No.
Someone's dropped 6,000 pieces of rice.
I have to stop and count them because I'm neurodivergent. Yes, look, I'm like a Chinese vampire. I have to count rice.
24.
Yeah.
There's 4 left in the box.
Yeah.
So, all right, fine. If you want to use that kind of thing could be. I'm not saying that there aren't people who are neurodivergent that wouldn't do that kind of thing, but it's something that's used a lot when it comes to characters with that kind of setup. You know, so it's fair enough. If you want to use that as part of it, then it's like I suppose that's a good way of explaining why she can see patterns.
Yeah,
that others can't. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's a brackets, or should I say, inverted commas, superpower.
Yep.
Yeah. So what was that comedian said? Well, if you class superpower as Superman landing and talking to you about 50s poet Cynthia Blath for 3.5 hours while not blinking at you, then that's a superpower. So, I mean, I would probably put it more down to the neurodivergence thing. Well, right. Whatever it is she is, whether she's ADHD. I mean, she does have social awkwardness. And she's quite honest with it as well. When the bloke goes, "Come in and meet my family," she turns to him and goes, "Do I have to?"
Right.
It's like, do you know what? I think I'd be in your boots anyway. Yep. Really? Do I have to meet humans? Do I have to talk to other people? Because I really don't like people much. So not to cause offence, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say probably it's more to do with the her being neurodivergent, where she's spotting patterns, which is why she can work this stuff out quickly.
Right.
More than, because it doesn't say anything about her touching stuff and getting her, reading images off of it. I can't remember what Jim, you'll know this more than I will. That's it, right.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, she's not got any of that kind of ability that we've seen. All she does is she gets a tap on the shoulder. As it were.
Yeah.
But there is another reason why she might know.
Go on.
Well, we see in the film, and it's something I didn't really pick up on the first time, but the second time I did, is that she is aware, she remembers, she met Longlegs when he came to her house the first time.
Yeah.
He saw her threatening her mother. But later on, but also another flashback, we see her in his lair. And basically, she's been made to forget all of those things. And so basically, but obviously, you don't truly forget anything. And somewhere in her subconscious, when she works out the dates, which gives her the triangle, that makes something click, because she's seen those diagrams before in that cellar. And she knows it's something kind of to do with the devil and satanic. And hence she goes to the library.
So it's like a latent memory sort of
thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the thing. She knows what has actually happened, but it's either been either wiped or repressed completely from her mind by, we don't know how.
Right.
But basically, in the film, we get these flashbacks that say she met Longlegs when he came to the house to deliver the doll. He saw her threaten her mother. And then later on, she's actually been in the basement where he's making the dolls, and he's all set up.
Yeah.
So that is up, but she's forgotten all of that. That is not in her conscious mind.
Okay. So we're now leaning from psychic to a sort of neurodivergent kind of character.
As I say, I think this, you can easily read this to have psychological explanations for nearly everything that goes on.
Interesting. Okay.
And I say it is kind of, it is because, she's seen this shit before, and it's there in the back of her mind as a latent memory.
Yeah.
Because he does have those diagrams up in that cellar, along with pictures of Lou Reed and glam rock memorabilia, but
Mark
he has
Bolan.
all his plans, and it's all there. She would have seen it. So,
interesting. How are you feeling about this now, Elton?
Yeah, I was thinking it was just like that. There's like a connection there that we haven't seen, but going back on that, we have seen. It was her in the dungeon. It wasn't another kid in the dungeon. It was definitely her, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that would suggest it. The code has been cracked. So that's cool with me. And it's just the repressed memories just seeping through. She gets a little closer with like the dates, and then sees the triangle, and has already got the book, and puts two and two together, and now you have a triangle and an algorithm, and now she's cracked that code. And yeah, okay, that works for me. I'm well happy with that.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, it makes a much tidier, neater plot for me. If it is that she's so linked to Longlegs that really she's not psychic, she's just subconsciously putting all the previous repressed information back into place.
Mm.
On the other hand, we do have spooky dolls and demonic spheres and puffs of black magic coming out of the back of her head and all that kind of stuff as well. So while it's a really neat theory and one that I have to say I'm leaning towards, I kind of want it to be kind of supernatural too. Is that right? Is that weird?
Well, no. Well, I can see it can be both.
Mm.
Life
Fair
is
enough.
complicated, and things often operate on several different levels.
Mm. Nice.
So, yeah.
I was going to ask one thing for your guys' theories. Before Lee Harker's mum got involved in becoming the accomplice, yeah?
Yep.
How was Longlegs doing the killings?
I think he was going up to the doors himself.
What, and dropping the dolls off?
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what he does when he goes to her house. But from the timeline, she was going to be the start of the triangle.
Right.
But he said, as all of them, he offered them a deal. And his mother took the deal.
Yes.
I don't think she's the first one to take the deal either, because he said she's the seventh one. No, he asks 7, and on the 7th he offers them a deal. I think he visits 7 houses and then offers them the deal. And because there was no father in that house, because there's a set plan on what happens. They deliver these dolls. These dolls psychically connects with these families, like the devil's playthings. And the dad goes batshit crazy and kills everyone. The mum kind of brings them into the home.
Yeah.
And with Harker and her mother, they didn't have a dad to go batshit crazy and murder, so he offered her a deal. And so he could create these things. He can't go up to the doors anymore because look at him. There's no way anyone is letting him anywhere near their house.
No.
Let alone inside with a crazy doll that, oh, you've won, really? I haven't been to church in 24 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think where there was no father figure to go batshit crazy, he kind of adopted that role.
Okay. Fair enough. No, because I was just wondering whether or not all of his T-Rex lyrics were actually spells.
Well, it is kind of those spheres make a sound, and I get the impression kind of it's through music and sound is how he works the magic.
It's the frequency.
That's his sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's how he does it, how he harnesses it,
Right.
because that's his passion, and that's how he ended up becoming Longlegs.
Yeah.
And that's why he looks so fucked up. I mean, this is my crackpot tinfoil hat theory. I did some digging today, and I found out actually that is the right answer. Osgood Perkins confirmed it in an interview. And basically, he was a guy who's been obsessed with glam rock and wanted to stay young and beautiful. He tried various ways to do that, including a lot of really bad plastic surgery to try and turn himself into a doll, and eventually turned to the occult to do it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But if you look at him in the flashbacks, he doesn't look quite as bad. But it's just like,
wow.
Well, no. I mean, he looks bad, but he is kind of. He's a lot worse later on, where all these facelifts and God knows what else. He probably Botox and collagen injections that He's like Father Ted trying to tap out the dent in the car. You just keep tapping and just till the whole thing's wrecked. Which is what happens when people go down the plastic surgery route all too often. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I did review.
It's not a coincidence, I think, and this is a tinfoil hat theory.
Yeah.
He has that upturned nose, bleach blonde skin, straggly, freaky looking hair, high pitched voice. Does that remind you of anybody who had a
Well,
someone very, very famous with lots of allegations and died under a cloud?
Well, you could name a number of people like that. I think, to be honest,
is this the origin story of Darren Diamond?
Oh my
Could
God!
Be.
What do you think, Dal?
I think you shouldn't say anything more.
Okay.
I think you should just watch your pretty mouth, Elton. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Elton.
Yeah. Let me in now. I can be nice. Make me go now, and I'll come back not once but twice. Woo! I have to say,
I seem to have my wooden legs on.
Oh,
Let me take them off. I've got wooden legs and real feet.
I can see more stings in the future now.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
yeah. Daddy, make me. I'm living. Save me from the hell I'm living. Oh, God.
Pablo, where's my Pablo?
Oh, God. All I want some easy action. Oh,
I got me a hankering for some pool boy.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, what we unleashed. I'm back from Thailand, motherfuckers. Darren Diamond.
One too many enemies. He's not got the deep voice anymore. It's the other way.
Yeah.
He's starting to sound like that dodgy bloke from Family Guy now.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing in this area?
You're going to come and clean my windows? I mean, I've got to say, the Longlegs makeup, I mean, I know you got an explanation there, Jim, from Osgood Perkins himself, but what did everyone think of it when they first saw it? I mean, I just thought he looked like Barbara Streisand had fallen face first into a beehive.
You know what I thought? I thought Mickey Rourke.
Yep.
That's what I
God,
thought.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're far off there.
Yeah.
Oh, God. As long as it's not Mickey Rooney.
Well, who knows? Hey, boys, I'm back from the dead.
All I want some easy action.
So...
Okay, let's just pull the pin on it. The Nick Cage's Longlegs. What do we think? Seriously.
Can I be serious
Go
about
for it.
this?
Go on in.
I think this was possibly his best character.
Oh, get the fuck out.
No, seriously, because every single one I've seen has got Nick Cage in it, right? I mean, the only reason, if I'd seen him and I didn't know it was Nick Cage, I think I'd have a bit of trouble guessing it was Nick Cage to begin with. There are certain times the way angles he looks at the camera, and you can see it's him.
Mm.
But mainly, and
Right.
it's, I don't know, just the way he played it. I think from a Nick Cage being actually playing a sort of like somebody who's not got slight Nick Cage things about himself, I think this one, when I say it's his best, doesn't mean to say it's an Oscar-winning performance by any means, right? it's good for him, you know. So I should say it's good for what Nick Cage can produce. I think it's his most different character. He was quite when they're sitting there in the interrogation room before he smashes his own face in. It's like, I don't know. His performance, I think, is because a lot of the time with Nick Cage, there's only been one film where I thought he was like absolutely super fantastic, and that was the unbearable, massive weight of unbearable weight of massive talent. I thought he was really good in that.
Right.
I really enjoyed his performance. But I think this is his most unlike Cage performance.
Really?
I know it's got the crazy bits in it. Yeah, because there's something about this, the way he just comes across is not... I don't think it's a totally typical Nick Cage performance. There's something about it that just didn't ring that same way with me. I thought he was actually pretty good and pretty convincing as a fucking serial killer.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. He was creepy enough. Because it was Nick Cage, it didn't put me off of the character. As in, oh yeah, this is just Nick Cage now. With some of that, you can have fun, like when he's playing Dracula in Renfield, and it's just like, all right, yeah, you can see that's Nick Cage, definitely doing the Nick Cage thing, but I'm actually having fun with that character there.
Right.
This one I thought delivered the right amount of creepiness, the right thing for that character.
Okay.
This is why I say I think it is one of his best performances, because it didn't make me feel the way I feel about watching Nick Cage doing over the top characters. This one was different.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, cool. It just seemed a little bit more of a serious attempt to try and capture that character by him.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I think this is a more thoughtful Nick Cage, where it feels like he's put a bit of time into it. Whereas, let's say Mandy, without spoiling anything in that, it's the directors turned around and said, right, what I want is Nick Cage.
Smash.
But turned up a little bit more, please.
Yeah.
And every time they do a take, he's like, can I have a bit more Cage, please? Okay, you want more Cage? Okay, let's do more Cage. And he does more Nicolas Cage. It just turns it up and up and up. But whereas this is, no, you have sold your soul here. You have sold your soul to the man downstairs. And you have to deal with that, and you have to go through that, and you have to live with that. And what can you pull from that? And I think he's worked on this character. And I think it's, I agree with Darren. I think it's a very good Cage performance. And it's not, he's not in every scene. He doesn't steal limelight from anyone. But when he's on screen, I think he's slightly magnetic. I think it's really, really good.
Okay, Jim. I mean,
I can tell you're going to go Will Ferrell in Zoolander immediately.
I am.
You are like crazy pills.
I'm genuinely baffled at this. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. If it works for you, that's fine. But Jim,
for me, the first time I found it jarring. The penny didn't drop of what the makeup was about.
Right.
This time, it did, and I think actually his performance is really. I do really like it, because I agree with Elton. This is like Nick Cage doing a thoughtful performance. Actually, I know it's kind of very broad, but it's not just your usual caging out. And there's something I think he captures the patheticness of real killers. I mean, Longlegs is a devilish character, but equally, he's a sad fuck up. You know what I mean? And Cage gets both that sinister edge. This is a man capable of monstrous, terrible, terrible things. But at the same time, he's just a monstrous fuck up. And, you know what I mean? Almost pitiful.
Right.
It's like, you know, I think, you know, too often in movies we have serial killers who are like Hannibal Lecter. They're like supervillains. And we see that way too much. And this is, you know, he's been responsible for, you know, dozens of deaths in horrible ways. He's fiendishly clever, but he's still absolutely crap in relating to people when he has to go to the grocery store. And everyone still looks down on him. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you have both those sides to him. And the fact he kind of, let's say I was watching quite closely, the makeup changes depending on when we're seeing him. And it is sort of progressively worse. His face is fucking disintegrating as it goes on, and his hair is getting worse and dead and lifeless and being bleached. And he's getting like more and more washed out towards the end because he is, you know what I mean? He's just completely burning him up, which is what happens to serial killers. They can, you know, they do this stuff, but it takes a toll. And then, you know, which is why a lot of them who aren't caught end up committing suicide because they literally just implode psychically.
Right.
And I think Cage, but you get that fragility.
Okay.
Rather than this like all-knowing, I am the bad guy. You know what I mean? Which you get, I think in lesser hands, that's what you'd get. I'm the evil puppet master who lives in the cellar. Whereas in this, you get a performance where there's nuance to it, you know what I mean? And there's nuance in that portrayal, which I find really interesting, I think. And the way he is makes it creepier because he's real.
Right. I mean...
3, 2, 1.
I mean, what the fuck?
There you go. Let it out, mate. Come on. You know you want to.
No, it's the kids that are wrong.
Have I made a mistake? No, it's the kids that are wrong. Have I made a phone that doesn't work? No, the people are holding it wrong. I mean, well, fair play to everyone. I mean, okay. The first time I watched this film, and he appears within the first 10 seconds of the movie, and he drops down and it goes Longlegs. I just thought, oh, I've made a terrible mistake, because I recognized that voice instantly, and then the mannerisms with the sort of like he was in some of the mannerisms he was pulling out of that thing. He was doing the bit where he was doing Wogan. You know, do you ever see that famous thing where he turned up on Wogan in the 1980s and he sort of somersaulted onto the fucking BBC stage?
Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought it was, well, hello, I'm your serial killer.
No, he wasn't doing an impersonation of Terry Wogan. No, but when he's doing all that kind of like, woo, yeah, woo, here we go, twit,
yes.
Yeah. Wasn't there a lot of cocaine involved in that?
The 80s were a very different time. That's all I'm going to say.
There's a lot of cocaine all the way through the 80s, like a stick of rock.
Yeah, I was going to say a stick of rock cocaine. It's Colombian dancing powder. But and he has these twitches and nervous tics and inability to stay still, and the fact that he's got to shout at everything. And then when he doesn't, he goes down really low to really sound like he's meaning something, and he's got to put emphasis on everything that he says, and so you understand what he's doing. And then all of a sudden, he's got to be a bit floaty, because nothing really matters, and he's so weird and kooky. And it's just like, I'm just sitting there thinking, dude, someone get him out. Just bring in the old vaudeville hook and just yank him out of the film. Get him out. Because when he's not in the screen or when he's off the set, he just, yes, I get it. Creepy as fuck. Odd bloke. But once we get to the fucking the interrogation scene where essentially the film is completely laid out and it's him laying it out and you're going, I want to be listening to what he's saying, but I can't. All I'm seeing is Barbara Streisand has been on a 6-day bender at the Free Bar and she fell into a bag of wasps. And then she got up and she just thought, I'm still, I'm ready for my close-up.
Mickey Streisand, mate.
Yeah, Mickey Streisand.
Mickey Streisand, okay?
Mickey Streisand. And then he beats himself to death with his own table. And I just thought, oh, thank fuck. I thought, weird. It's a weird thing. But the thing is, to me, it was like all I saw was Cage. All I saw was him. And I get what you guys are all saying, and that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong. You appreciate his performance well more than I do, but I've seen him do performances like things like Leaving Las Vegas. Have you any of you seen that?
Oh yes, a long time ago.
Yeah, which is one of the singularly most depressing films you will ever watch. But he is a completely different character there, and if you want to see what he could do when he really acts, that's a film to watch. I mean, you will want to watch Warner Brothers cartoons for 6 days straight after watching it, but it's a performance. What he's doing here is no different than that crazy fucking thing that he did with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. What is it? Willy's Wonderland or whatever it is. He's just kind of except when he has to be really, really tense. And it's just like, the fucking hell, man, just pick a lane. Wow. I mean, I get what you're saying, Jim, about he needs to seem like a pathetic human being and kooky and weird, and he sold his soul, so it's kind of burnt him up. And I get what you're saying, Elton, about the fact that it's a good performance because it kind of really sells you on how creepy and weird it is. Mm-hmm. And I get what you're saying, Dal, because, it's like, he's putting some thought into it and all that kind of stuff. But to me, all I saw was Nick Cage went into the makeup room, sat down and went like fucking Kylo Ren in Last Jedi. He just kept going, "More!" And they put on latex and they go, "More!"
That Nicolas Cage you're talking about the early days, I don't think he exists anymore.
Well, then
that one doesn't exist anymore.
Then fuck off and do films like Mandy because this
is him doing that. That's what he's doing here.
But this film isn't that. This film reminded me up until his appearance for properly. This film reminded me of things like Twin Peaks. It reminded me, early season X-Files. It reminded me of sort of like the procedural elements of Silence of the Lambs. It added in things like Manhunter in there.
Yeah, it reminded me of what was the... Oh, damn it. Sorry.
Go on.
The HBO detective thing where you
True
had...
Detective.
True Detective, yeah. The first season of that. It reminded me of that.
Yeah, that kind of vaguely Lovecraftian, otherworldly... basically procedural.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the devil, and the devil does appear a number of times in this movie as well.
Which
he appears 15 times in subtle ways, according to Oscar Perkins.
Right.
I've not spoiled all of them. I didn't realise there was that many. That's
I saw a couple, but not 15. I didn't see 15, so I'll have to have another look. But I saw it.
I knew it appeared quite a few times. There's once it appears in a mirror. There's another one when you see Cage sitting down in his little crazy room, and he's just sitting on that mattress, and he's just staring at the corner of the room, and you suddenly see the corner go dark.
Yeah,
but it's such a subtle effect. You might see it, you might not.
But you can see the horns and everything there as well.
Yeah. Then there's also the veil.
Yep.
Also, the veil the creepy creature under the veil, the devil, is the point of view that you get from the car in the very first bit.
I was going to ask this. Yes.
Mm.
So the very first scene is driving up to the house where
because the scene is driving up, but the view is from the passenger seat, and it has a veil over it.
Yep.
Which I thought was really cool and creepy when I noticed it this time round, because I was looking for shit like that. Except obviously not the triangle, because I completely fucking missed that. Bing bong bong bong.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that. I have to say that this film would have been 100, possibly 1,000 times better had someone else been Longlegs. Now, I'm not expecting you guys to agree with that, because you've just heaped a ton of goodwill on him. But
I would, before I'd seen it, I'd be happy to remove Nick Cage and put someone else in there. Now seeing it, I'm really happy with him there.
Okay.
Because it doesn't scream
we know where
to
he is
me
now.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it's easier to locate when you know where he is.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like a wasp. It's what's worse than a wasp in your bedroom? The wasp
Hearing
you knew was in your bedroom, but you can't see anymore.
Yeah. This isn't Nicolas Cage, the bees, is it?
No, God, no. But it isn't Nicolas Cage leaving Las Vegas. This is Nicolas Cage Vampire Kiss, Willy's Wonderland, and what's the other one where he was fucking Ghost Rider. I mean, it's this Nicolas Cage. I seriously, I want to put up that. I really want to go and find that clip of from Community, the TV show Community, where Abed, the film nerd, who has I think he's got some kind of he's got some kind of psychological disorder, and he's clued in on. He's just completely obsessed by films. And for his film studies class, he has decided to study all the works of Nicolas Cage to work out if he's a genius or a madman.
I'm a sexy cat.
It breaks his brain. It breaks his brain, and it's like, and there's the film studies teacher going, he's gone too far. He's gone full Cage, and there's
you never go full Cage.
You never go full Cage, and you got Abed sitting there going, played by Danny Pudi, going. On the one hand, he's a genius because of this, blah, 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 and then on the other hand, he's clearly earning. He's doing all these terrible performances. But he earned an Oscar. But he did this, and and eventually he breaks, and he absorbs all of the Nicolas Cage, and he goes, I don't understand. He's like, one hand I should be pachow, and I'm a cat, I'm a sexy cat, and he kind of completely breaks down. He does this impersonation of every Nick Cage performance in like 5 seconds flat, and you just realise, wow, okay, that's terrible. And yeah, I that's how I feel about this with Longlegs. On the one hand, when he's not talking and when he's like half glimpsed in the distance, or when he's kind of like an ominous presence delivering letters, or manipulating things from the outside, you're like, I'm down with this. He's a terrifying presence.
So is he the murderer though? He's not, is he?
No, he delivers. Well, I mean, as I understand it, and everyone just jump in because otherwise I'll just be going, and what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? But as far as I'm concerned, he makes the dolls.
Yeah.
He has the black sphere. He has the spheres with, and I quote, absolute nothing in them, which is a really creepy little detail that no one picks up on with the autopsy guy.
Oh yeah,
he goes, it's got absolutely nothing in there. And I'm like,
but it makes this sound.
Yeah, and it keeps sounding like my ex-wife. Keeps whispering to me like it's my ex-wife.
But I was really tired, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I loved all that detail, because that's that X-Files thing of, it's just someone leaving a tiny detail, but something's a bit more off kilter than that.
Yeah,
I like that sort of shit. But he delivers the doll, or rather, Alicia Witt delivers the doll, and then the doll affects the parents, and the parents kill the kid who is enamored by their own image, and Alicia Witt has to sit and witness it.
Yeah.
So Longlegs doesn't kill them per se, but he delivers the method which causes them to kill each other.
See, there was another couple of real nice touches I liked as well. So the mother who's delivering all of these dolls, when she's on the phone to Lee, she asks her, are you saying your prayers? And you just think, well, that's just a mother just asking their daughter. But the mother knows that Longlegs is dealing with the devil.
Yeah.
And if you know for certain, absolutely guarantee you're dealing with the devil, then you know there's a yin and yang to this.
Yeah.
And so asking her to do your prayers, and she asks her again, please now just tell me, promise me you're saying your prayers. And she's like, well, I'm scared to say my prayers. And she laughs at that because she's laughing at the stupid statement that you're scared to do your prayers, where I'm fucking around with the devil here.
Yeah.
I'm on the absolute other end of this. And I think if you don't, it is a real blink and you'll miss it moment a couple of times like that.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of that kind of stuff with where you kind of I think I appreciate it more. That's stuff like that I really appreciate it more on the second watch, that you know where this is going and what certain characters, without saying anything, are trying to say.
What did everyone think of the info dump towards the very end, though?
Well, I was gonna ask that because Darren, you said there was a second rule, and I'm guessing that was it. That was the one.
No, it's not that. That's not it at all.
Okay, we'll do the info dump, and then we'll get to your second rule. Go on,
my second rule after. Yes,
your second rule. Go on in. That's Darren. What did you think of the info dump?
Well, I think if you watched this film enough, you probably would have got that information anyway. I think you could have worked it out. But it was, considering I'm having to watch this like one time before we actually have to do the cast, it was up. Thanks, Nick. Cheers. Made my job a bit easier. So, salute to you, sir.
Yep.
So I didn't mind it so much.
Okay.
Well, it was more from the mum as well, where she's running through everything and saying, "Oh yeah, they're a lonely house. No one comes to visit us." And then all of a sudden, Longlegs comes along, and she has to do terrible things, and it just spells out absolutely everything for you, really.
Yeah. What did you think, Jim? What did you think of the explanation info dump?
I thought it worked quite well, because I think actually it is all there in the film. It's more kind of, they're not so much dumping the information to you, it's dumping it on her. It's that realization that our whole life has been a lie.
Yeah.
And kind of, I think that's probably the I don't know, from the deep levels of horror and creepiness in this, because it asks you, what would you do to protect your own child?
Yeah, definitely.
How far would you go? I mean, something I picked up on this side, like her mother has become kind of like a hoarder, and she's not thrown anything else away. And because traditionally, it's like, if you get something, a personal object that belongs to somebody, or a clipping of their hair, you can have power over them. And she's now obsessed with not throwing anything away because she's already in hock to Longlegs, and she's terrified she'll end up in hock to somebody else. Yeah. And that's why kind of in the flashback, she's got very short hair, but present day mum, her hair has never been cut because you don't want your hair clippings getting in the wrong hands for someone else to have more power over you.
Is that what the hoarding is about then?
Yes.
That's a lovely bit. That's a lovely detail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed it. I didn't understand why though.
But it ties into the whole thing about dolls and controlling people, because it's what's called the voodoo doll, but it isn't actually comes from voodoo. It's actually bloody everywhere. So it's what they call sympathetic magic. You make an image of someone, and if you make it look exactly like them, it'll have more power over them. And what you do to the doll is transferred to the person, and you can make that link even stronger if you give the doll, say, actual human hair of the person. And the dolls in this have human hair.
Yeah, they said
his hair is stolen from the children to make the link.
Yeah. Do you want to hear just something creepy I've just seen on the wiki?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. That the actual case, the whole thing is inspired by a case.
Ooh.
Yeah, an actual case. Hold on a sec. I'll give you the full name. It was inspired by the killing of Jean-Benet Ramsey, an American child. American child who was killed at the age of 6 in Boulder, Colorado, on Christmas night. And when her body was found, there was a full-size model of her staring at the body found at the site. A full-size replica.
Flip it out.
Yeah. There you go. So just so you know, just sleep well.
Yeah.
It's not creepy at all.
No, it's not creepy at all. So so there's multiple theories about whether it was the intruder, whether it's the parents, whether it was a teacher who was a school teacher who was arrested in Bangkok, who gave a false confession. They didn't find anything to do with that. So eventually they didn't actually know who murdered the small child. But the doll, the full-size doll in the room with the body. There you go. Creepy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think of the info dump there, Elton?
I don't know. I think it was needed because it's such a slow movie. It's a real slow burn. But I can appreciate that. And all of a sudden, the info dump felt really rushed, as if we're worried about the audience not quite getting it. And so we'll just run through it so they understand it at the very end. So at least they leave the cinema happy. They know exactly what went on and they can explain it to people. But I like the way it's done because it's like a fairy story told to the daughter. But I don't know. I'm not too sure if it's needed or not.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. For me, I find normally overly long explanations and sort of like reasoning tends to annoy me a touch. I as much as it's like I get more out of Blade Runner without the narration than with it.
Well, if you spent an hour and a half telling us your story and then you need to do that at the very end, what were you doing?
Because there's another bit a little bit earlier on, and this is where I go back to that thing about the psychic, just having to move from one place to the other. Because there's a bit when her boss, the other detective, suddenly goes, Carter goes, so I've looked at your file. Tell me about your mother. What's going on there? And they immediately leap to the mother being the accomplice. And he just comes out of the blue He comes out of the blue with her. And it's like, why? How? What? Where did that come from? and it just felt like it had to move the plot along. So he just suddenly decided out of the blue that facts and figures which she was providing was just a bit too convenient. And he goes, oh, you came on board the case, and suddenly, a 17-year-long mystery suddenly gives more information in a week than we've had in 17 years or whatever it was. So he goes, so I looked up your case, your file, and I know about your mother. And then it kind of the story just kind of shifts to the mum, and that she might be somehow involved. And I was just like, oh, you're rushing it. Oh, you're rushing it. And then when they hit the explanation at the end, I'm like, did we really need this, or did you need to do this to get the film finished?
I think it's more the explanation. It's not just an explanation. It's also a mum telling her what it's cost her. Because if you've followed the clues, you've got a fair idea that the mother is the accomplice.
Yeah.
And actually, Longlegs has been living in their basement, and she's forgotten. That's actually very obvious.
Yeah.
But the wrinkle is, it's why she did it and what it's cost her. And that she's now completely, she's kind of got like something like Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, yes.
And it's she's done terrible things, and she keeps trying to rationalize it that she's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, didn't she make a deal that if she did these things, then her daughter wouldn't be touched?
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the real horrible thing. 'Cause it's we were talking about this after we watched it last night, and it's from a glib armchair thing. You'd say, well, of course I would do the right thing, but would you really sacrifice your child, or how far would you actually go? And most people will go actually a lot further than they would like to admit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause it's do you save one person you love and let some people you don't know die?
Yeah.
And the cruelty is that she has to watch it happening, so she knows what she's done, and that slowly destroys her basically completely.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole corrupting her soul as well, isn't it? So it's another one.
So that's her kind of exposition. It's not really filling in plot details. It's actually giving you more plot details.
Yeah.
I suppose.
If you see what I mean.
There's a nice little touch where Nicolas Cage says, oh, we both laughed when we heard that you were going to be an FBI agent. Well, actually, it was just me laughing. And you're like, yeah, they all both stood there. They both heard that news. And he was wetting himself laughing about that while the mum was just stood there going, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Then let's get round to it. So rule number 1 we had, Dal.
Yep, that's right. And that is bad guy coming back to life.
Yeah.
Starting a franchise. Rule number 2 is making a film that's 99.9%, this is flowing really well, where's this going to end? And then somebody getting bored and just going, I'm going down the pub, and they all live happily ever after. And that's kind of what this does at the end for me. It's just like, so we're not going to get any other explanation. You're just going to end it right there. There's no...
Can you remind me of the last 30 seconds then?
It's where she's got the girl and she's trying to back out the ass with her and trying to get her away from it. And it's like, so there's no repercussions for anything that's happened here. There's no, how do you explain this to the people you're working with? Is this thing going to carry on? Or, is this the end of it? Has she broken the cycle? Is there a cycle to break? I've just got questions, and it just, I don't know. Even if she had finished off her mum and then shot the thing in the head, which I thought she was gonna do, And she didn't. She left it sitting there, and it's
no. She tried to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I read something today about this.
Okay. And welcome to the second rabbit hole of the evening. Yes, go on.
Right.
So
Okay.
She's an FBI agent
with
with a sidearm. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But when she shoots her mum, she's using a revolver, which only has, I think, 2 bullets in it.
What?
Yeah. So I think when her mum shot the doll, somewhere around there, the gun was removed, and she was using Longlegs' car, which had his gun in it, and so she had that on her instead. Shot her mum with it, and then ran out of bullets and couldn't shoot the doll.
Do we see this on film? Because this is rule number 3 now.
Oh, okay.
This is why do I have to go to a fucking website to find this out?
The Battlestar Galactica podcast.
Exactly.
No,
if you listen to my 3.5 hour podcast, you would understand where this. Why do I have to go and listen to a 3.5 hour podcast?
No, you don't. You just have to notice that it's a different gun and ask that question of, hang on, that's a different gun.
But does it make it clear that there are only 2 bullets in that gun?
Well, then she is pulling the trigger and do you hear clicking?
Yeah.
You do? Right. Okay.
Yeah. And
it's your turn to do the triangle down.
Is it kind of, is she out of bullets? Is the gun malfunctioning? Is she not pulling the trigger enough?
Is Satan stopping her?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. This is the ending.
But if Satan's stopping her, then why did he let her kill her mum, who is his vessel?
Because now, he doesn't
that
have
cycle's
long legs.
Complete now.
Yeah. Long legs is gone. The mum's gone. It can start again with that new daughter and Harker as well.
Well, I think it goes 2 ways. You can read the ending of that. She'll reload and blow the head off that doll, and she'll take the kid away, and the spell will be broken. Or you could say she's going to run. She's going to run and live in a white house with that girl and raise her as a daughter, and they live in a house where nobody calls, not even the big bad wolf, when the cycle starts again. Or, there's numerous ways you can read.
I would accept that ending more. But you see, it's like that. I mean, this is an assumption that you've made, isn't it, Jim? Right? This is what your version of the ending is, because there is no indication of that.
Well, there's a certain indication because she's saving the girl, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, who was in the
wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Who was in the insane asylum,
who gave an absolutely fantastic performance, I thought.
Yeah, but
that was good.
Yeah, it was really good because it took me a while to figure out who she was. I mean, I've spotted Cage in 30 seconds flat, but it took me a while to pick out Shilpa. I can't remember. I can never pronounce her name.
I was the other way around.
The last time she was on this show.
Exactly, with Totally Killer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when she appeared, she does a whole monologue about the fact that someone's just suddenly talking to her, and out of nowhere, she's just suddenly snapped back into life. And she's been living in the long dark. And that is where the cop's kid is now.
Yes.
Because the kid got transfixed by the doll, just like Sabrina did. But Sabrina wasn't in the house when the killing started, so didn't get killed. So she's just kind of trapped in that limbo post doll influence
until they removed the brain from the doll itself, and then she snapped out of her catatonic state.
Exactly. And so, and she'd do something. Sure as peaches, she'd do something.
Can I ask one thing?
Yeah,
where
sure.
the metal spheres are concerned,
Mm.
because I'm guessing a different one goes in for every time.
Yeah.
One of these dolls. So, could it be that the actual things are unique? The frequency that it's on, the sound, is going to be tailor-made for a certain individual or certain individuals.
Yeah, it's attuned to each family.
Yeah, and I'm guessing
it's always the daughter the doll's modelled on, and it's the numbers of her birthday that govern the pattern as well. So each one is tailor-made for each crime, and Longlegs says he puts a bit of himself in every one.
Right.
Ew.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, and see, this is me going off and making an assumption about this.
Yeah.
My brain says then, right, because they're all related.
Oops, sorry.
This is why the rest of the family gets affected by it.
Yeah.
Because it's saying that the frequency is hereditary.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's kind of passed on to anybody she's... But then again, what about the mum? Or the... what?
Which mum?
It's just a thing that it's...
Well, you get an insight into how it works in that last scene with her boss, Blair Underwood. Because you can see his temper's shortening and shortening.
Yeah.
And what he says is kind of like a subtext. He knows he's going to kill his family. And his wife knows he's going to kill her. But they're helpless to do anything about it.
Because there's that whole bit where you see them both crack in various ways. Because he's talking about something like, I'm going to get the knife and I'm going to cut the cake. And she says, why are you going to cut the cake? And he's going to, because that's what it's cake is, a fucking cake. We're going to do it. And then I'm going to kill my wife. And she goes, yes, that's right. And she makes that kind of weird strangled. Yeah. And it's just a glimpse.
A slashing motion against the throat as well.
Yeah. And then she makes that note. And then she does that. Her face changes. Like she's suddenly like real and knows what's going to happen. And it goes back inside. It's a really interesting little performance, that bit, because it shows suddenly 1 minute I've been controlled, then I'm not, and then I am again.
And he says, I'm going to go cut the cake now. Come with me. Grabs her hand and she's like, I'll be back in a minute. And he goes, no, you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fucking hell.
Yep.
But while he's doing that, he's crying. So that whole thing of he's being this really mean, surly kind of the psycho killer thing, but the tears are showing that there's a soul or someone inside the vessel kind of going, oh fuck, I can't control this, but I can see what's going on. I thought that whole scene was really well done for acting. I thought that was the best bit of acting in the film, because it was just that whole thing of, you could tell they were being controlled, they knew they were being controlled, and there was just cracks that would show through and show them really inside their own heads. I thought it was cracking. I thought it was a really good bit. Yeah. So there you go. So as far as it goes, by the end, the girl is still in the long dark, so to speak, the same as Sabrina, and she will remain that way until either the doll's destroyed, or Longlegs, or Longlegs' replacement gives her the command.
Yeah.
One last thing I was going to ask you all, that her mum, Lee's mum, goes, "Oh, he's killed himself. He's free," and you get that kind of hint that Nicolas Cage is kind of some spectral force now.
Right.
Did that work? Or did you get that? Did you understand it? Because I got the thing that like he's like whispering in her ear now.
Well, like he's in her head, living rent free.
Yeah,
and you can interpret that as kind of, he has transcended into this satanic spirit form, if you like, or it's a more insidious thing that no matter what she does, the devil sort of won because it's ruined her life. She just shot her boss and her mother. Her life is in fucking tatters, and there's no coming back from that.
No.
This isn't a film where people we killed the monster and we'll walk away and it will never have lasting psychological scars. This ain't that movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you might have sort of defeated Longlegs, but the devil still won. He still caused misery and pain, which was the entire object of the exercise anyway. Yeah. And destroyed good people.
Right. Well,
sleep well, folks.
Yeah. Exactly. Anybody got anything else they'd like to add before we wrap this up? Because we are now 12:10 and it is time to wrap this shit up.
No,
saying the film is...
I'm good, thank you.
Cool.
Just a bit of a nod towards the soundtrack.
Go on.
I really loved. I really, really liked those tunes that they had. I know there was quite a few Mark Bolan ones in there.
Yeah, the needle drops.
Yeah, those I thought were really, really good. They really set the tone. That's how you're supposed to do it. And I'm looking at you, fucking Alien Earth.
Oh, fuck off! Don't remind me of that.
This is
every time you say that, someone gets curious and watches it, brings it one step closer to a season 2.
I was going to say, I thought you said every time you'd say something about it, they add another season to the pile.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Dale.
That's all right, no problem.
I just genuinely hate you now.
More seasons than Supernatural by now. It really is.
More seasons than Grey's Anatomy is when I start to worry. Right. Okay. Well, if anybody else has seen Longlegs, has any thoughts on Longlegs, or wants to send in their thoughts, by all means do so. I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to pause it. Hold on a sec.
Look at the light.
No, I'm not going to sneeze. Apparently. Anyway, so if anybody would like to send any feedback in, the usual channels. There's email feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. The Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast. And there's Blue Sky, which is at cartoonbeardy.bsky.social. Just send something in at me. And now, before we do the Pimp's Corner and wrap it up for a week, let's find out what we're going to be doing next week. Elton, did you finally decide on a movie? Or did we decide on the movie?
I think
how do you want to take a blame on it?
I think we did.
It was a collective.
I'm really struggling with all the streaming services at the moment to actually. I've got a list of movies I want to do, and none of them are on streaming services, and it's flipping frustrating. So I think we've decided to do something.
We have. Do you want me to explain it or not?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay, fair enough. Basically, because we can't settle on anything for streaming, we are going to go for a rental stream. So I'm afraid that's the way it's going to go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very sorry if you can't watch along, but it is still in the cinema, so you can watch it that way if you like. Or, we can raise the curtain on Cinema Equidistant if you people out there know what this thing is or how to achieve this thing.
I've never seen parentheses so fucking large. when you said rental.
Yes, exactly. It's got big
size of a tower block.
It is. It is rental on Amazon Prime right now. You can pay actual physical monies to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you do or not is entirely your decision, and we do not endorse this publicly on this podcast.
Not at all.
However, we've all put our heads together and we're going to watch something right bang smack up to date. And we will be reviewing it next week. And that is... Do you want to say that, Elton? Because it is your pick, but it's our pick. But
okay. It is The Long Walk, the Stephen King influenced from the book type thing.
Yes, the adaptation of the Stephen King mini novella or short.
No, it was a Bachman book. It was a novel he published as Richard Bachman.
Yes.
Which is really kind of coincidental, seeing as the Running Man, which I'm really looking forward to going to see, is coming out soon. Another Bachman book.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yes. So there you go. So we will be watching next week, or we will be watching by next week. Mark Hamill as some evil git of a general, and the world's longest 10,000 steps challenge. As we watch The Long Walk, it is available at the cinema. It is available on Amazon Prime for paid rental, and it is available for those of you who wish to download a car, you know, or shit in a policeman's hat. You know where to go. So that's what I'm going to say.
The high seas be open for business now.
Yes. If not that we endorse
rated
any
R.
of that. Rated R for really free.
They've brought this on themselves now. The streaming services have brought this on themselves.
Yes, because Velocipasta was really off the limit. Right. Okay, so we will be off for The Long Walk next week, and that's not the Judge Dredd one either. So until then, let's see what's happening over at Hypnagoria. Jim, what's going on with you, sir?
Yes, I've released my annual chapter of Halloween history this weekend. Mm-hmm. The Commentary Club Halloween special on the original Amityville Horror. And actually coming out for Halloween itself is kind of my own little sort of audio anthology horror for Halloween night.
Lovely. Cool. And Elton, what about you?
I'm talking about cars going around in circles on the Grand Prix podcast, and not about people getting into cars and not understanding how to use flappy paddles in other people's cars.
Hey, you should do a Mazda flappy paddle podcast.
Yeah, sounds great.
Help me out.
Yeah, you can be my first guest.
Yeah. Brilliant. And that's over at Rogue 2 Media, yeah?
Yep, that's right.
Brilliant. And Darren, what about you? Anything?
Absolutely nothing, apart from going to see Frankenstein this week. That's about it, really.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. Right, well, that's it then. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And yes, take care, and we will see you for a non-horror themed film, The Long Walk. Until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Mommy, Daddy, Pachow.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
I already came for a kebab.